Hi, I'm Troy.
And I'm Vicki.
And we are Empty Nesters Wine. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Empty Nesters Podcast. Really appreciate you guys out there listening, liking, and subscribing. It's been a lot of fun talking through these things, and I'm glad that there's some of you out there that are interested in what I have to say, and Vicki, what Vicki has to say. It's probably more for Vicki than me, but anyway, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're putting out a podcast every Monday afternoon, and go to our Facebook page, Empty Nesters, I believe. Find us on Facebook and like our Facebook page. We try to share what's going on there. We recently put up a picture of some beautiful cherries that was going into our cherry wine, and pictures of our window graphics that we got. So like and subscribe. So at the end of the podcast today, we're going to be opening a bottle of blueberry wine, Empty Nesters blueberry wine. So at the end of the podcast, we'll pop that open and taste test it. It is not the blueberry wine that you can buy from us. It's not the same batch, but it's pretty much the same wine. This is something we made a couple years ago.
Same recipe. In
our basement for fun. But yeah, soon you'll be able to buy Bald Eagle blueberry wine from Empty Nesters. So.
Oh my gosh, Troy, guess what we just got?
What?
Our liquor license.
No, what? No.
Can you believe it?
I'm not prepared for that.
No
There's
kidding.
so much to do. Yeah, our liquor license came fast.
Definitely. Yeah, they were telling us when we started this process that it'd be 6 to 12 months once we file for it.
Yeah, and how long did it take?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you know, for once, the COVID worked out in our favor.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I barely got the application put in for our license, and alcohol beverage control enforcement officer came out. He called and said, hey, I need to come out and look the building over and just make sure that it matches your drawing. So I met him here, real nice guy. He came in and did 5 minutes worth of work, and then we visited for about 45 minutes. But anyway, so he comes in, he looks it over, he says, okay, yeah, everything looks good. I'll go ahead and, now mind you, this is like a week after I put in for our liquor license, and we were told 6 months to a year to get our license. So he's in here, and he says, okay, everything looks good. I'm going to go back and put in my part of the thing, and we'll get your liquor license out to you soon. And, you know, I just figured that was what he says, you know, what he tells everyone. I was like, can you give me a ballpark figure how long it might take? You know, like 6 months from now, 8 months from now? What? He says, oh, you should have your license by the middle of next week.
Yeah, we weren't ready for that.
Middle of next week.
We still have things around here that still need done. I mean, we didn't have a bar top yet. We still had painting to do. We still had a door to strip. We had a lot to get done.
Yeah, so now we're working in a winery versus construction zone. So that's kind of like a Vicki versus Troy. You've heard me talk on several podcasts about just, construction is not my forte. But I love making wine, and I love socializing with people and doing the retail winery type of thing. But Vicki, still scraping the door, painting things, and...
Yeah, and I still have all my construction items here because I still need them. And he's all trying to shove them on out the door.
I am, and I got them close. They're all in the corner beside the back door. So one of these days, I'm just going to open that door and push it out and say, okay,
sure,
we're a winery now. No, but yeah, the liquor license coming so quickly surprised us. It was kind of good, and it was kind of bad. You know, we had a lot to do. We only had one fermenter at that point, and we really probably should have at least 4. So I quickly ordered fermenters, but the company doesn't quickly
deliver
fermenters. So after ordering a second fermenter, we got it 2 months later.
Something like that.
And then our third one came in, and it had stripped threads on a spot, so it's leaking. So we had to send it back. So, yeah, the fermenter thing has been crazy. We had to order barrels to age our wine in. We had 8, I think.
We had 5.
5. We had 5 barrels. That wouldn't last very long. So we ordered a whole bunch of barrels, and geez, like 3 or 4 days later, they came.
Yeah, they came fast.
So we have places to store our wine, but we don't have places to make our wine. So, yeah, it's been interesting. So I've been eyeballing this bottler because for the last several years we've been making wine in our basement. And the worst part about it is bottling, because we have this rudimentary little cheap bottling piece of equipment. I wouldn't even call it equipment.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know what you want to call it.
But it's difficult to get the wine from the barrel into the bottle. But I've been eyeballing this really nifty bottler I'm excited about. And kept watching it. Finally, I pulled the trigger and I ordered it. Vicky says, I don't know why you ordered that bottler so early. We don't need it yet. Yeah, it's been 2 months and we haven't even received it yet. So
Yeah, they're not even going to ship it till August.
August 8th. So I'm glad I ordered that. Yeah, we had so much to do. When we got our license, we were surprised, and we had to jump into getting tables and chairs. We had to get the barrels, and then we had to get these roller wheels that went under the barrels so we could move them around when they're full.
Yeah, because they're very heavy.
Yeah, and so the roller wheels come in a box, stainless steel round thing, and it has 4 wheels that are not attached and 4 bolts and nuts for each wheel. So we had, 20 of them?
24.
So I spent all day, on many days, putting wheels on little casters on little stainless steel things. So, but we got it done. We didn't even have our bar top
Nope.
when we got our license.
Well, the bar top we were originally going to do was going to be resin with corks in it, and we were going to make it ourselves. And it was a really neat idea, but we got down to it and we were trying to figure out, okay, how much resin do we need to buy? And then we got to figuring out, oh my gosh, this is going to be expensive. And if anything goes wrong, we're out all that money. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars.
For a do-it-yourself.
For a do-it-yourself project that could go wrong. And so we were like, I think maybe that's something we'll do down the road. So we ended up bringing somebody in to put in a new bar top and went with that solid surface. And we really like it.
Yeah, it came out good. And we always got that other option later down the road if we decide to go with it. Yeah. So, so we got our liquor license, and that means you can start making wine. So while we're doing all these other things, ordering fermenters, barrels, putting wheels on steel things, getting our bar finished, putting together tables and chairs, we're making wine. And so it's been interesting. We've been working a lot of long days, long nights.
Well, not only that, but we had to scramble just to find fruit, because a lot of this stuff, when you're ordering as much fruit as we're talking, you have to put in your orders well in advance.
Right.
So a lot of places either had already sold out by the time, because we weren't expecting to need them this year.
Yeah. We finally got our license. It was spring, and I figured we were going to miss strawberry season.
And we did.
And so we get our license, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I called the strawberry farm real fast, and I was like, oh, we just got our license. We need to get some strawberries. I thought we were going to miss strawberry season. And they said, you missed strawberry season by about 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days. So we had to look elsewhere and get our strawberries for our first batch of wine, which is strawberry wine. And then we had to scramble for labels, label ideas.
Yeah, there are so many things you've got to come up with for designs. I mean,
Oh yeah, the government.
there's so many
regulates it.
details you got to think about. What color? Do you want multicolors? Do you want
Paper.
paper? Do you want this plastic stuff? Do you want... And we sat down one day with this label sample book somebody sent us and picked out what we wanted and took it to our designer, and then we found out later, well, you can't have that kind of paper. It will be a problem for your...
The label printer's been in business for a long time, and they know a lot. So every time we say something, well, let's do this, they can say, yeah, that's a good idea, or no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And all of our fruit wines and berry wines have to be chilled. And so the paper we wanted for our labels we couldn't do because condensation would
Destroy
mess them
the
up.
ink, yeah.
Yeah, so. But something really cool did come out of the labels. Vicki and I was kicking it back and forth for a while. Do we want our labels to have descriptive names like strawberry wine is called strawberry wine? Or do we want like a, I don't know the word, like a themed name
Like
or
a
something?
themed name, yeah, a
You know,
title.
like our strawberry line is Lecompton Sunrise at 6 a.m. on a spring morning, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Okay, that's
Anyway.
a little excessive.
a little excessive. So we were trying to decide, do we want descriptive names or something a little more exciting? And so we decided on themed names. And I was leaning more towards the descriptive names. So because I wasn't really bought into the themed names, I was kind of having a block, like, well, shoot, what do I call our first wine, strawberry wine?
So he threw it out to Facebook.
We put it on Facebook, had
We
a
had
contest.
we had a contest. We had a lot of really good
We had a
entries.
lot. Oh my
People
gosh,
were really
there was
excited about it.
There was quite a response to that. I was surprised, and so many good names. But yeah, one person did come back with Strawberry Lane, and the reasoning behind Strawberry Lane is it's named after James Lane, who was a controversial figure in Kansas and Lecompton history.
Who we talked about in the last episode.
Yes, we did. And so anyway, after that got my wheels turning, and I decided, well, hey, we're just going to do Lecompton
Themed ideas.
related. Yeah.
And there was another a name that came up in that same contest. We didn't pick it out for the strawberry, but we liked the Bald Eagle blueberry. And we thought, Bald Eagle was what was thrown out, and we really liked it. So we thought we'd go with that one again for the second one.
Yeah, and Bald Eagle was the original town name of Lecompton. There's a lot of businesses here with Bald Eagle names. But yeah, it's been really fun coming up with the names and doing the research. So anyway, we had to do all that so fast because we got our license so fast. But in the same time, we were making wine on a scale that we've never made wine on before.
No.
And like, for instance, let's talk about our big batch wine bloopers and blunders next week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was interesting. So while we're doing all this, we're also making wine, and some interesting learning experiences have occurred.
Definitely, yes.
Anyway, at the top of the hour, I told you we'd be taste testing our blueberry wine. We will be selling Bald Eagle blueberry wine when we open. Blueberry's been one of our fan favorites. A lot
It's one of my
of
favorites.
people that we give our wine to, they really like that blueberry. We have it here now. The color's really cool on it. It looks like a port or something. It's dark.
It's got a really full-bodied flavor to it.
It smells very interesting. Smells full-bodied.
But it's still sweet, which I really like. But it's not overly sweet. It's not like something desserty, but...
Yeah, it tastes... I don't really... It's decent, but I don't care for it as much as Vicky does. It's a little too sweet maybe for me.
Yeah, he didn't like the sweet
It's
stuff.
a little rich. And, that just goes to show everyone has a different palate. And I make the wine, and it's not one of my favorites by far, but...
No, you
Yeah.
like our blackberry wine, which I can't really stand because it's
Right.
very dry and it's oaky and...
All right. Well, hey, we're going to cut out of here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tune in next week. We'll have a new podcast, we're going to talk about some fun times we've had learning to make big batches of wine.